So basically, when I was in Vegas, homeschooling my kids, I wanted just a little money, I just wanted a $500 bit of freedom, I had a joint bank account and I got a $25 allowance a month. I know that sounds crazy. And, I just wanted my own money. So I thought, okay, well, you know what? I have this little bit of sales experience, right, under my belt. So I thought, okay, I'm homeschooling 3 kids. They were under the age of 7 at that time. So I had very young ones, 7, 6, and a 4-year-old. So I have 4, 6, 7, 7-year-olds. And they're just super young kids. And I just want to make $500. So I said, you know what? I got introduced to a company that was selling an amazing skincare product. That was a serum, and it was all stem cell related. And, I've always been a believer, in trends and the new and latest and greatest kind of thing, because my dad was an entrepreneur and he was always coming up with some, fancy lotion and potion that was like, this miracle working thing, that he had it before anybody else had it, And so I thought, you know what, I can sell this. I can, this is a good product. I tried it. I love the product. And I thought, you know what, I can share this around with some ladies that have some issues with their skin and might be looking for a new regimen. So I started to get out there and share this product. And I just want to make $500 a month. I wasn't looking for anything more than just $500 a month, And I'll tell you, I remember when I got my first $500 check, I laugh about it because I got all dressed up. I looked like I was going to the wealthiest place in Las Vegas. And I had my heels on and my makeup and my hair. And, I said, oh, honey, I'm borrowing the car. And I drove down to that bank. And I walked into that bank and I opened that door. And I just swung that door open and walked in with my, my shoulders up and my head held high. And I said, I'm here to open a bank account. And they were sit down, let's help you, And I was so happy when I opened my first own bank account with my first $500 that I had made from direct selling. And I love the idea of direct selling because I could do it from home. I could be with my kids. That was the most important thing to me. I just wanted to be a stay-at-home mom, and I wanted to see my kids grow up, and I wanted to be with them as much as possible. And, there was quite a balance to that as well. So, I open the bank account, I get going. Next thing you know, my business starts to take off because people really like the product. So now I'm not just telling them about the product, but they start telling other people about the product. And I thought, okay, I'm really onto something. And so my business just began to take off. But what happened, of course, was life happened, and I went through a divorce. And then, my business took a hit. However, because of the industry that I'm in, we work one time and then we get paid over and over and over again for that sale. So, there's a lot of residuals and a lot of royalties built into our type of business. It's like the entertainment industry. You get paid one time for doing the work, but then you get paid over and over again. So I like that idea of leveraged income. I love that idea of not having to go and punch a clock and not having to, be somewhere all the time, because when you have 3 kids, you can't always do that. I wanted to go to the school, functions, or I wanted to go to, the church functions or different things like that. And I wanted that kind of freedom, for my kids to be there because I just didn't want to miss anything that they had going on in their life. But I also wanted to have my fun money. I have my own little money so I could do my own little things whenever I wanted to, And so I went and, the business took off, but I went through, obviously had that challenging, thing going on in life. And then, my business took a hit, but my business continued to grow. So it was always my just in case Jesus doesn't move money. That's what because it came in weekly. And, I just stayed in the company. I never gave up on the belief in the company. I knew that I would die with my boots on with the company. I obviously had some challenges, throughout the way, as we all do in life, and life happening and different things like that. But I always stuck to the belief in the company, the belief in the owners, the belief in the management, and quite frankly, I didn't want a business that I was having to run every day and have employees and have overhead and lighting and all this other, I just didn't want that, because I wanted to be a mom. And that's the most important thing to me at that time, was just being a mom. And it still is to this day. You know, it's the most important thing to me is just being there for them as much as I can. And so now, you know, I come back to the business after I go through this divorce, and another product comes out. The company keeps coming out with new products. They come out with this product, and it was just a product that was just amazing. I mean, it was the best demonstratable product in our industry that's ever hit our industry. And things began to really turn around for me, because I had been on welfare already for 3 years. At that point, I was living in a tiny little place. You know, I think it was a 1-bedroom little cottage. And, you know, I was trying to just still make it happen. And, you know, never giving up hope, never giving up, never quitting, just keep going, just keep doing something, you know, trying to get it to figure out, you know, work its way out. And, you know, I was trying like a lot of different things, but this one company just always stuck with me. Like, it always was there. And every time I worked it, I made money, you know? So anyway, what happens is I start to take off, and within a 6-month period, I had already made 6 figures just by that one product, and just by teams, just Salesforce was just growing like crazy. Not necessarily, I mean, there was a part of what I was doing was a big part of it, because I was spreading the message, right, of the product. But who it really was the team. You know, it was other women, and, you know, other men too, that were just grabbing onto that vision, and just saw that product and saw that company, and was just like, okay, we're in, you know. And then from there, I took another big hit again. My business partner passed away. You know, she was very instrumental in my business. My sister passed away. It was just like I took a really big hit again in my business. And, you know, I was back down again. I moved into a tiny house that was 200 square feet. And I kind of worked this story in my mind, like, oh, I'm just gonna try the intentional living thing for a while and live in 200 square feet. You know, and that's what I was telling myself. I really want to live in 200 square feet, but it was all I could afford. You know, it was all that I could afford at the time for me to be on my own 2 feet and really have some sort of self-sufficiency, because that was super important to me, because I needed to show myself that for me, a man was not a plan, you know, that I could actually do this, and I could really provide for my kids. And so I just kept trying to work it out and doing this and doing that. My just in case Jesus money was still there. And I had a car being repossessed during that. My car got repossessed twice during that time. You know, I had a business partner. He had stole a business from me. I had just all kinds of things going on. But slowly but surely, I realized that, you know what you sow is what you reap. And eventually what happened was everything came together, and things just started to turn around for me again. You know, things were restored to me that were stolen from me. And everything just began to change, and life began to become really, really good, because when you get a little bit of traction, then it's just, I mean, the sky's the limit. Then it's just on. It is on.